Welcome to the Central Prairie Co-op Podcast, your go-to source for all things agriculture. Each week, we bring you expert insights, market trends, and real stories from the field. Whether you're a seasoned producer or joining us for the first time, there is something here for you. So, grab a coffee and let's dive into the business of agriculture from the ground up. Welcome to the Central Prairie Co-op Podcast. Joining us today is Braidyn Unruh with DPH Biologicals. Welcome, Braidyn. It's so good to have you here today.
I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so glad you came. Braidyn, we may have listeners that are not real familiar with DPH Biologicals. What do you want growers to know about DPH?
Yeah, so DPH Biologicals has been working with Central Prairie Co-op for almost 3 years now. And we're an organization that's really centered around practical, field-proven, science-driven solutions. So we're not out there chasing buzzwords or trends. We're chasing real-world results. So very happy to be partnered with CPC to help crops access more nutrients efficiently, support soil biology, and deliver a return on investment that makes sense at the farm.
Yeah, so I visited the DPH website and I read some really interesting things on there. So let's kind of dive in to a couple of things here. I was at a conference in January and I kept hearing speakers say, now is the time for soil sampling. Now we've got to be more precise and we've got to have the nutrients so that we can get the yields. So DPH has some solutions for soil fertility and making sure that you're getting the best out of your crops. So can you tell us a little bit about those and kind of some of the benefits?
Yeah, so every product that we bring to the market is designed to fit into real world agronomy. So existing fertility passes, real management systems that growers can use. With that being said, also in the environment that we're in currently, we're trying to extend as much efficiency as possible, especially when we look at these high fertilizer markets, high input markets, low value of the overall crop that they're getting a return on currently. So we're out there to extend the efficiency. So with that being said, there's a few products that we offer within the CPC portfolio. One of them, Amplifex, which really focuses on nutrient use efficiencies. So we're introducing those microbes out into the soil profile that help extend the efficiencies that you see, the availabilities that you see of your fertilizer. One of the really cool, just side notes, if you guys are, avid podcast listeners for soil health, there's a person that's named Dr. James White. He really focuses in on soil health, focuses in on a process that's called rhizophagy, which really just amplifies the effects that microbes have in the overall fertility system. And if I could peg one of his statements that he makes is that without biology, there's no fertility. So with Amplifex, what we're doing is we're introducing microbes out there into the soil profile that help extend and access the availability of those high-priced fertilizers that we're currently investing in the market. The other product that's out there as well is a product that's called Residues. So we're tying into or we're tapping into, I should say, the availability of those nutrients that are tied up in your residue. That's actually one of the biggest banks of fertility that a grower has that we're not currently tapping into. So I kind of like to think of residue as a piggy bank. You've already invested that money and those dollars out there in that crop. So we're introducing microbes and fungi that help accelerate the rate at which that residue is broken down. That actually puts those nutrients into a form that plant can easily recognize. So really exciting things and products that we have that we're introducing into that soil profile that's making your soil work harder for you.
Yeah, and all of that plays into sustainability, which I am loving seeing.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
So right now is the time for top dressing wheat in our region. We do that to ensure that we have adequate nutrients for our wheat and we try to maximize yields. What is DPH's approach to top dressing wheat?
Yes. So we have a you guys are going to hear me say Amplifex a lot. It's a really versatile product. Like I said, across our entire portfolio, we strive to be really easy to incorporate into synthetic existing systems. So we don't want to cause any extra riffraff for the grower or for you guys as an organization to handle. So this product, Amplifex, can be easily incorporated into your existing top dress application, can be mixed with fertilizer and crop protection products. And what it's going to go out there and do is it's going to help not only extend the release and availability of nutrients that you have out there working in that wheat, but it's also going to introduce microbes into that plant tissue in itself that helps release some hormones that help push through stressful periods in the growing cycle, which that's inevitable, right? Like
Yeah,
we're always
absolutely.
going to face stresses in season. So, putting a quart eucerate out there in your top dress application not only amplifies your nutrient availability, like I said, but it also increases your overall plant health and vigor, which is a pretty beautiful thing. We need that, right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, Braidyn, what other things should producers be thinking about at this time of the year?
Yeah, I would say the most important thing that guys should be looking at, especially as we push into this time of the year and as we look at the season in its totality, is efficiency. And a lot of times I know that value-added products like ones that I'm representing and talking about today can be oftentimes overlooked. But I believe strongly that incorporating biological microbial-based products that help push efficiencies are not only going to, make your soil happier, which means it's going to work harder for you throughout the season, but it's going to extend your investment that you're making in your fertilizer, in your crop protection, on your seed. It's just gonna help push you to that next level that you're trying to reach in these tough environments, while also, like I said, especially within our portfolio of products where we're science-backed, data-driven, field-proven, going to give you those real-world results that merit what you need for it to make sense financially in your crop budgets.
Wonderful. Braidyn, thank you so much for joining us today. If you are interested in learning more about DPH Biologicals, our sales agronomists would love to visit with you. Give us a call at 620-278-2470. And be sure to tune in next week to the Central Prairie Co-op podcast, where we talk all things ag from the ground up.